Hi, this is your Athens, Georgia County Weather Girl, and we're here tonight to talk about the potential severe weather that's happening in Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee right now. Um, so we're hearing a little bit of notification back here from Radar Omega right now. We'll take a look here. Do have a radar indicated tornado in Mississippi right now. The good news is that there's not a lot of activity in Mississippi or Alabama right now, and we should, by all intentions, we should be seeing some activity in Alabama based on the projected amount of CAPE we'd be seeing today in that area, and it's just not there. So it's a really good thing that we don't have as many tornadoes there, because we expected that Alabama was going to be hit really hard, and that just didn't happen. I think there's been probably a dozen, maybe 20 or so tornadoes so far in that area today, but just not many. And some of those have been PDS tornadoes, like in Gordon. That was a pretty significant tornado. Moving over to our area, we get off of res and go back into reflectivity. So the reason why we have not been seeing as many tornadoes happen is because the bands of precipitation that just kind of started filtering out ahead of the main system have just soaked up a lot of the energy in the atmosphere of the Cape. So when you don't have much energy in there, tornadoes require a lot of effort to get going, believe it or not. They require a lot of very special care and special elements and things positioned exactly the right way for tornadoes to happen, which is why we don't see them very often. It doesn't take a lot to wreck a tornado to make it go away or not appear in the first place. And one really easy way to do that is to saturate the area around the tornado with rain. You can have rain-wrapped tornadoes. You can have very, very strong rain-wrapped tornadoes. But in our case here, we didn't have a lot of CAPE to work with to begin with, and so the convection that moved out in front of that just burned off a decent amount of that CAPE. Therefore, tornadoes are having a harder time getting going in general. Now, I'm seeing a decent amount of convection, speaking of, down here in Demopolis in Alabama, a little bit west of Selma. And we'll just take a look at the reflectivity here and see what we got. And let me see if I can get a radar site that's a little bit nearer. We'll see if Tuskegee is going to reach that a bit better. I'm not seeing much in the way of rotation out here. There's definitely a strong storm over there for sure. I'm not really seeing evidence of a hook echo either. So we do have a couple of tornadoes happening right down here in Waynesboro, Mississippi. And so let's just take a look at the result. See if I can actually get a better radar site. Sometimes it'll like dump you right where you need to be. Let's go to here. So we have some moderately strong rotation here on this particular system. Nothing really too big. And I don't know if there's anything on the ground right now, though. Look, oh, there is a tornado on the ground right now, west of Waynesboro and southeast of Laurel, Mississippi. So there actually is a chaser over there right now. Let's see, this is Brad Arnold, but Brad doesn't have a stream apparently. There is a tornado on the ground right now in Mississippi, but there's just not been a whole ton of tornadic activity in the last hour or so. Certainly we have some stronger storms. We've got a chaser right here in Demopolis. Let's see if this is Connor Croft. Okay, so it looks like I'm not allowed to actually show this. I need to probably knock out of here. And I just close out of Radar Omega, which is fine. The point being is that there's not a lot of tornadoes happening right now in Alabama, and that's great news for us in Athens, Georgia. We're going to take a look quickly at a couple of models here. This is the NAM 3K. This is the 18Z run that just came out not long ago. According to the NAM, this whole system starts falling apart. The NAM thinks that there's going to be a little bit of something. On the wrong, let me get to the 18Z one. That's what I thought. I was looking for something different there. So here we can see this is right around. So this is right around right now. This is what NAM thinks there's going to be, and there's a lot of convection. There's like obviously a tornado down in southeast Mississippi, but there's not a whole lot going on in Alabama. And according to this, there should be a decent amount of tornadoes. So if we just kind of pull that out a little bit, there is this little line of potential CAPE and activity over here, kind of in between Athens and Atlanta. But this thing really honestly kind of fades and goes away. And we don't really have a whole lot else to deal with later. It looks like in the daylight hours, the NAM thinks there's going to be another outbreak of sorts in South Carolina in the tomorrow afternoon, but that's it. So this is the NAM. The NAM's the more aggressive of the two right now. The HRRR is thinking that there's not going to be anything else for us tonight, either as far as tornado go. And we'll just step through the this map right here. So we are right here about 7 o'clock or so. Not a whole lot going on in Alabama. This thinks there is. So we kind of fast forward over time, and literally there's nothing over Athens Clark. Yesterday there was a decent amount of activity over our area at this time. So they've backed way off. And again, the reason why they've backed way off is due to the just convection that's happening out in front of these systems. So let's see if I can get Radar Amiga to open back up again. And let's take a quick look at this Waynesboro cell. That one looks like it's still on the ground. It's still got a little bit of debris signature in the atmosphere right there. And there's definitely some hail there as well. In fact, that might be what it's seeing. But right now, there's no tornadoes in Alabama. There's not a whole lot to worry about. So what we can expect sometime later this evening, around 12 to 1, 2 o'clock or so, we are going to have a squall line pass through our area. I think that squall line is going to be a lot less intense than even we thought might be yesterday, and even earlier today, honestly. So right now I'm projecting a squall line to come through our area with mostly heavy rains, maybe some thunder, maybe a little bit of lightning, and maybe local, a lot of lightning. We'll kind of see that out. And there's going to be some wind associated with that. Earlier today, there was calls for 70, maybe 80 mile an hour wind gust. Don't see that happening tonight. It could. There's definitely some shear in the atmosphere, and these storms could grab onto the shear and allow some of that to come down the surface. So you might have a locally heavy area of wind. But in the most part, I'm thinking probably 35, 40, 50 mile an hour wind gusts is going to be what we're going to see. It'll probably be loud enough to wake us up at whenever this thing passes through in the early morning hours if we're not already awake. But I think it's going to be fine. As I always say, make sure you have your weather notifications turned on. I did know today that the National Weather Service does have ability to actually send WIA signals out, the WIA thing you get on your phone. They can send those out. So if you do have like a warned tornado coming, it will actually ring on your phone. So I didn't realize that until literally today. So make sure you have your notifications on and you got your phone turned up and near where you sleep if you are going to be sleeping tonight, just in the off chance there is something, because you can't roll that out with this setup. So that's it for now. I'm going to stop the stream and I will see you on the next one. We don't have anything happening tomorrow. I probably won't be back active again for weather stuff until we get another potential severe threat like we've had this time. Okay, take care, and we'll talk to you.